Man, first of all, actually, I want to appreciate Alex real quick, bro, because he always makes sure the camera good, the sound good. So we want to make sure we get the flowers to him, man. He's never on camera. I always tell him, like, bro, hop on camera. And he's like, I'll let you know, bro.
I'm behind the camera.
Yeah. But nah, bro, we're here with one of Oakland's finest, man. You've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
You've been doing it for a while, and you're how old?
20
years old, bro.
Yes, sir.
And I look at that, bro, and I'm like, damn, like, this guy right here, he's 20 years old, and he's really chasing his dreams. And you were doing it for a minute.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy.
Yeah.
I always ask people, like, what do you think people are afraid of when it comes to their dreams? And they're like, man, they're just afraid of what people think of them. And we're just having that self-confidence talk.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about self-confidence.
Yeah.
Like, what, in your opinion, bro, what does it take to have that?
Yeah, I mean, shit, for self-confidence, bro, it's really, it really starts with believing in yourself. But even with that, a lot of people don't even believe in themselves. You know what I'm saying? But at least for me, man, I always I grew up, you know what I'm saying, with parents in my life who always try to instill that with us. You know what I'm saying? Be confident within who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, be happy and be appreciative of, like, of who you are. You know what I'm saying? You get one body, you get one life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I've always, when it came down to music, though, I always knew I was good at rapping, and I was confident in my skills. And even though I was a lot of the times the youngest in the room, when I would have these meetings or going to these shows or these events, I was always the youngest. I always knew I could still, my skills in my music and me rapping always was still on the same level. So, like, I walked around, like, I knew I was, like, the best of what I did. I walked around like that, you feel me? So, like, that's something I always tell to myself, you know what I'm saying? Just, like, I knew people couldn't touch me when it came to, like rapping and shit. And I may sound cocky and shit, but, like, when it came down to it, it was just, that's what some of, like, the confidence I had, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that I was good at what I did.
Yeah. No, I seen a quote one day, bro, and it said, don't let me feeling good about myself think that I'm cocky or make you feel uncomfortable.
100%.
That's just who I am.
That's just exactly, bro. No, exactly. And that's how I feel, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is something I've been working on for a while, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it wasn't always like that. But even then, even before I had, like, certain accolades, right, or I did certain stuff, like, I still growing up as I was trying to build up my catalog and build up my resume, like, I still walked around like, yeah, like, I'm good at what I do. I'm the best at it. But I didn't, like, walk around, like, cocky with it. Just in myself, I was like, I had to feel that way so I could step in certain rooms and I could, like, get to where I want to be. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, man. And I think we were talking about it, bro. Like, when you're doing things at a young age, I think there's two sides to it, right? I think there's a side that people see. They're like, man, this guy's young. He's doing it, bro. Like, man, he's the youngest to do it. But then there's a lot of other things that come with doing it at a young age, right? And I think it's like the life lessons that you have to learn through the process. Because I think everyone can agree, man, entrepreneurship, being an artist, being just a creator is beautiful within itself. Yeah. There comes challenges with it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what is your outlook? Because I know you started off not just as a artist, as a rapper, but you started as a poet. Yeah. Right? So what is your outlook on music in general and, like, lyricism, if that's even a word?
Yeah, no, it is.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
Yeah, what is your...
Man, my outlook on music, man, music is, I always say this, man, every time I do different interviews and everything, I always say music is one language that everyone can resonate with. And music is a language that everyone knows and can speak regardless of what you speak. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that you feel, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that's very special, you know what I'm saying? And music is something that can heal and it changes. So I feel like music is one of the most powerful things on this planet, you know what I'm saying? Like 100%. So that's how I feel about music and everything. With lyricism, man, and it comes down to writing, I feel like that's just that's another outlet, you know what I'm saying? Being able to write how you feel, being able to put that on a page, right? And being able to, whether you want to perform that or whether you just keep it to yourself, just keeping, like, a book and having a pen, like, that's an outlet, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I said that in my Sway freestyle. I was like, my pad is like my therapist. I'm writing through my pencil or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, that's definitely true. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's you letting out. It's an outlet. You know what I'm saying? So, like, writing has definitely been a tool that I've been using for a while. You know what I'm saying? I started writing poetry when I was, like, 8 years old. Like, that was a thing where, like, got me into poetry because my cousin, he was a poet. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And he was a hip hop artist, and he passed away, and I wanted to continue on, like, his legacy, you know what I'm saying? So me wanting to continue on his legacy turned into something that, like, something I actually loved. And I found, like, something that I wanted to continue on doing, you know what I'm saying? So from poetry then turned into hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I started doing hip hop when I was like 11, 12 years old. One of my partners, one of my homies, he was a hip hop artist. Not was, he is. Shout out to Anti-Hero 510. He's still doing this thing, you know what I'm saying, out of the town. And he was a little older than me. At the time, he was 2 years older, and I seen him perform at my school, and I was like, oh shit, bro, like, bro, it's hard. Like, so I connected with him. I told him I was a poet and shit. He was like, bro, if you a poet, bro, you could damn near do hip hop, bro. So I started just going into our little school library from there, and we started just rapping on GarageBand and shit. And that's when I really started getting into hip hop and everything. So I found the correlation between poetry and rap, because literally rap stands for rhythm and poetry. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that a lot of people forget when it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? It was always just poetry over these beats, you know what I'm saying, over rhymes and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's how I started from poetry to hip hop, and I fell in love with hip hop ever since. And hip hop was also something that was always being played in my house, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up listening to a whole bunch of different music and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I was always around it, and I always loved music. But at the time, I never thought about becoming an artist until, you know what I'm saying, I was introduced to poetry and then hip hop and shit.
Yeah.
You know
That's dope, bro. And I think man, there's different types of music, obviously, and there's crazy because there's music that you don't, there's no words to it, but you can still feel it, and then there's there's music where you have a bunch of words that you can lay out a story, you can lay out just how you feeling, and yeah, man, I think it's powerful because when I think we all have those playlists that however we're feeling in the moment, we gonna turn that on.
Hell yeah.
And to be able to have that like emotional support when you going through shit or when you happy and still being able to throw on that happy song to vibe out, that's important too.
100%.
So yeah, bro. I think music is, that's why when I see artists, man, or anyone who's a creator, I'm like, bro, keep creating. Keep creating, because you're literally creating like all these things in the world that people can, uplift themselves with. So
you never know what someone may be going through. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you created that day. That could have impacted you, could also impact fucking 100,000 people, 10 people, 5 people, 1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can impact however much people. And even if you just impact one person, that's one more person. You know what I'm saying? That you're impacting. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always say, man, like the power of music is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No, shout out music, man, for real.
For real. Shout out music.
And also like there's a side where like the actual, music, but there's the side where you're able to meet cool people too, man. People who, you can relate to, people who, you want to be like, people, all this stuff, right? So let's talk about the relationships that has been opening up through music.
No, man, music has music has definitely is opened up and allowed me to meet so many different people, you know what I'm saying? From like some of my close homies, you know what I'm saying, to some people that who I grew up listening to, you know what I'm saying? And now I have relationships with that now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just thinking about it yesterday, man. Like, it was a trip to me, man, just like, 'cause I grew up listening to E40 and having E40 being played in the house, and E40 is obviously the ambassador of the Bay, like, one of the biggest out, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, being able to just hit him and be like, yo, I got a record for you. He's like, all right, bet, you know what I'm saying? And being able to do that back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Like, that right there, I was like, damn, that's crazy. That moment there was crazy, you know what I'm saying, for me. Or even like when I was in middle school, man, grew up listening to HBK, you know what I'm saying? That was that moment, you know what I'm saying? And then like having a relationship now with Pilo and everything, being able to connect with that, you know what I'm saying? Like even those little moments right there, it's like, damn, bro, like especially coming from the Bay, and you know what I'm saying? That's something that meant a lot, you know what I'm saying, to me, which is a full, you know what I'm saying, like 360 type of moment for sure, you know what I'm saying? Because like, these are people I listen to, and now like I can hit it, be like, yo, I got a record for you, or even just hit for just advice. You know what I'm saying? It's OG advice. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like, shit like that. But also, man, just I don't know. Besides just like the big people, man. Like I said, man, I've met a lot of my closest homies from music. You know what I'm saying? And people that I still rock to this day. With, you know what I'm saying? And like being able to go to NYU for music. You feel me? Like I got a scholarship because I rap. You feel me? Like,
and that's something you just produce naturally.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's something I probably never would have even imagined when I was young, or something I could do. You know what I'm saying? So like from that, you know what I'm saying, I built so many different relationships out in New York. Producers, photographers, videographers, stylists, you know what I'm saying? Like bigger than just artists, and you know what I'm saying, or just music artists, but also just other types of creatives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's something that like, you know what I'm saying, I'll cherish and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like, music has done a lot for me, man. It's made me build connections I never would have thought I had. You feel me? From even like meeting shit. I don't know, having relationships with like Logic, right? And having relationships like a Sway or like a David Diggs or like a Adrian Marcel or like a lot of these different, you know what I'm saying? Actually having personal relationships with these people, you know what I'm saying? It's something that happened through music and something, you know what I'm saying? I'm always be appreciative of that for real.
No, yeah, that's real, bro. And in those relationships, like I said, man, I'm sure they kind of even maybe see themselves through you.
Yeah.
You know, so you wanna like expand those relationships for sure as much as you can. And you know, like I said, bro, I'm sure you're able to bring that value to Sway on his show, and now everybody's like, "Damn, who's this guy?"
Yeah,
everybody wins.
Everyone, exactly.
Yes, sir. And bro, I want to talk about how life goes in life, how life is going in the moment, man. Because you just told me you about to go to Berlin tomorrow, first time in Europe, dog. How you feeling right now, bro?
Bro, I'm happy you asked that question, man. Cause I feel like this summer has been a lot, man. It's been a whirlwind. You feel me? Like I came back and I was really ready. I was motivated. I'm like, man, I'm about to drop this. I'm about to drop that, man. I told my A&R, like, I'm gonna drop this on this day, and you know what I'm saying. And life happens. You feel me? I started, you know what I'm saying. I had to take a step back a little bit. You know what I'm saying. Life happens, and definitely it's important to take care of health mentally and physically, and that's something I had to do. You know what I'm saying. So, my summer didn't go out how I planned it, but it gave me time to really try to work on myself mentally and physically, which is something that I needed to do in order for sure, to try to put out the best music I can and making sure that I was in the best headspace before I head out of the country and shit. You know what I'm saying? But now, man, like I feel like I'm definitely in a good place, man. I'm excited to see what Berlin has for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to go out to Europe and see what that looks like, tap in that music scene out there. I've collabed with some people out there in France and shit already. So like I've tapped in with some of that network. So I'm excited to see what else is out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be tapped in, man. I'm just gonna be open to whatever. You feel me? Like I've never been to Europe, like I said. So like, I'm excited to just see what's out there.
Yeah,
you know?
No, that's real. That's dope, man. And man, this is what I'm saying. This is that inspiration.
Yeah.
It's like how many kids in Oakland from Oakland from the Bay can say, man, they went to Europe. I think the dream is there.
Come on.
But it doesn't really make sense a lot of the time.
Come on,
So you set in that blueprint, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's that's a fact, man. That's something that I've been trying to like, you know what I'm saying, definitely like be appreciative of and realize that, you know what I'm saying. Over the summer also I did a little hip hop and poetry course over at East Oakland Youth Development Center. And seeing the kids, you know what I'm saying, and like trying to instill hope with them to be like, and so they see what I've done and everything, and like coming from the same city, you know what I'm saying, where they came from, hopefully they can have hope to be like, you know what I'm saying, it's possible I could go to a New York, I could go to a Berlin, you know what I'm saying,
right. Despite
of like coming from Oakland and being from Oakland and some of the stuff that may come with it, you know what I'm saying, just showing that it's possible to you know what I'm saying, you could leave, but also remember where you come from, you know what I'm saying, that's something I always try to instill too, you know what I'm saying? Like I leave, but also always come back because this is home and this is where I got everything from. You know what I'm saying? This is where I started it all. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it's what you just said, bro. You actually went to these programs and said, you know what? Let me show these guys that, because I think one thing we could always talk about it, but if you actually going out there and doing it, because I think of like NFL players, bro. It's the same thing as NFL players going to a Pee Wee team and going showing out there showing them drills. You doing the same thing. If not, you're helping them develop their mind, bro. Because like when you write, it's you can create like dope music, but let's say you don't want to be an artist, I still encourage you to write.
Right, 100%. And that's something I was trying to tell them too, because there's some people who had no interest in trying to write at 16, trying to write. You know what I'm saying? So I never even forced that. I was like, just write. You know what I'm saying? Just write about how you feeling, what you're going through. Write about what you did yesterday. Write about like where you see yourself in a couple years. You know what I'm saying? Because like it doesn't have to be told through rhyme. It doesn't have to be told through poetry. I just want to. This is an outlet. You know what I'm saying? Use this as an outlet. And one of the kids came up to me and was like thank me, because he was like, man, I never knew that I could really do this through writing and everything.
Wow.
And that's something that that meant a lot to me, but also that's something that like I knew I just like impacted someone's life because
For sure.
it's like we said earlier, writing is a tool. You know what I'm saying? It's a form of therapy. It's a form of writing your thoughts out on a journal and putting that on a piece of paper. Whether you keep that or even you could just, all right, maybe going through something, man, I want to tell someone. You could write that. All right, I see it. It's out there. Boom, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me move on. You know what I'm saying? That could be a form of therapy in itself. You know what I'm saying? Just writing it down, seeing it. Okay, move on. You feel me?
Because it's like those same kids, it's like if they didn't write it out, because I'm a big believer, like you got to let shit out. No matter how you got to let shit out, right? Because I've been doing it for so long where I kept shit in for so long. Yeah. And then it makes you realize how much you need to let it out.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say here is like, man, you don't know if that same kid didn't have someone to talk to for the next 2 months about that problem. But just because they got it out through writing, it was able to at least process a little different.
Yeah, man, process it different. Even shared it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just share what he was going through and shit too.
Right.
And so yeah, man, it's definitely a tool, man, that I don't take for granted. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts,
especially like, yeah, as artists and like being in a position to try to help. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely something I try to do. You know what I'm saying? Because just like them, man, I grew up in these programs, man. I was in the youth radios, the youth speaks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, for these kids in Oakland and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I always want to let them know that, you know, it's possible to make your dreams come true, and also it's possible to still come back to the city and do your thing.
For sure. Yeah, for sure, bro. Like I said, it's like that's the definition of neighborhood heroes, man. It's just being that person, man, being that influence, being that image at least, you know, that you can always look up to. Because who was that person for you? I know you had, it was Common, right?
Yeah.
Or you said or he was one of them.
Yeah, Common was definitely one of the reasons why I started getting into hip hop and poetry. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing poetry at the time, and I knew that Common was doing poetry and hip hop as well. I used to watch some of his Def Jam poetries on YouTube and everything, and I listened to his music because I grew up listening to a lot of neo soul type shit in the house too. So Common was one of the people who made me want to start being like start telling my story, and I started out being more of like a conscious rapper and everything because of Common and shit. So yeah, Common definitely played a role with that. Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick, him also being from the West Coast and stuff definitely influenced me to try to tell my story and stuff as well. Yeah, man, Pac, you know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to Lauryn Hill is like one of my favorite artists of all time. You feel me? So like Lauryn Hill definitely played a big influence in me as a creative and stuff too. But yeah, man. So those are some of the people who've made like a big influence in who I am. But like also, man, like I said, I grew up in the Bay Area, man. So I grew up listening to like a lot of Bay Area music too. You know what I'm saying? It's from like 40 to Short, to Keek the Sneak, to the Jacket, to Mac Dre, Too Short.
Yep.
Andre Nicotina, Mac Maul, you feel me? Souls of Mischief, Hyro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up listening to all that stuff in the house, you know what I'm saying? And Mr. Fab, you know what I'm saying? And you know, so all these people was being played. So like I got a lot of that in me, as well as like neo soul and, you know what I'm saying, some of the other stuff. So I just got a few
and I think
certain stuff, and like that's definitely what has made me.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say, bro. I think that's what makes you special. Is like you kind of have like that lyrical East Coast rap a little bit, but then you're able to still throw in those flavors because that's kind of what you grew up off of.
Exactly. So like it was it's funny. I was talking to two people about this. I was talking to Sway about this. I was like, yeah, I don't necessarily make Bay Area type music. And he was like, why not? Like you from the Bay, like you're a Bay Area artist, like you make Bay Area music. Right. And I was like, I guess. I was like, but if you're talking about like that stereotypical Bay type of music, you feel me? And then I did an interview with Mario, yo.
Yeah.
And we was talking about that. He was like, yeah, like you still sound Bay though in your music. You still have like, you can tell like you're from the Bay because of like the flows and the stuff in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it may not be like that stereotypical Bay Area music, but like, you know what I'm saying? But it's still that flavor in there, which is like you said, I feel like I was able to get both, like you said, like that lyrical, and also like that Bay Area, because in me, it's something I was always around.
And I think that's probably why, you know, in my opinion, obviously I wasn't, I didn't really know you when you were just popping off, but that's probably why it was like a damn, like, hold on, he's kind of like mixing it together.
Yeah.
And that's big, bro. That's big. Because
yeah.
when you're the first to do something, bro, it starts to pop off and it pays off.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember when I was doing sound check at the Oracle Arena when I opening up for Nas and Wu-Tang and Short. And I was doing my sound check and everything. And I remember these two people in the front. They was like, bro, where's he from, bro? Like, where, like, so afterwards, after I did sound check, they were like, yo, where you from? Like, you sound like you from out here, but you rap like you from the East Coast. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I was like, nah, I was like, yeah, I'm from out here. And they're like, oh, word? So, like, yeah, so getting that, it was something that I got a lot sometimes. You know, they're like, because they're like, your music, I can't necessarily tell where you're from. But that's the beauty of it, man, because the Bay Area makes so many different types of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, we make so many different types, not just necessarily the hyphy sound. But, yeah, we got so many different types of music out here. You feel me?
No, yeah, I think the Bay in general, man, is just a flavorful place, bro. And I love it. I really do, because you can 100%. Walk outside and everyone's so different. So I think, like, it kind of makes me think, like, it almost lets the judgment a little bit off a little bit, because you just kind of expect the unexpected. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, I've done seen that. So it's just like you let people be who they are.
Exactly.
Who they are.
Bro, 100%, bro. Especially like for me when I went out to New York, it was man, it was weird for me because it was different, man. Because New York, it's like being from the Bay. Obviously, we've seen certain stuff, and like it's you're used to certain stuff, so like it's not like too crazy when you see it, like you said. But like but going out to New York, it still feel like a whole different type of world, because like New York, like you see some different type of shit out there. Like people do some many shit.
No, yeah, I knew they were weird, bro, when they have a whole documentary on just rats, bro.
You feel me, bro? Yeah.
When I seen that, bro, I was like, all right, bro. Yeah,
bro, that's facts, bro. I remember walking across Washington Square Park, bro. I used to have rats fucking just crawling right underneath me, bro. I was like, bro, what?
I can't.
But yeah, man, it's funny because even sometimes like people out there in New York, bro, they don't even understand like the Bay. They don't understand like how we rock and everything. Cause like there's some people they're like, like I could tell you from the Bay, huh? But then there's some people who are like don't understand some of our lingo. They don't understand like the music. They don't understand the way we dance and everything.
Yeah,
but it's still like just like sometimes out there we don't understand some of the stuff out there. Cause it's weird, man. I had a partner, man. He used to play Pop Smoke all the time out here. When I was in high school, and I just didn't understand it. I was just like, bro, like, what are you listening to, bro? Like, turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Let me say rest in peace, Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost. But it wasn't until I got out to New York, I saw people was playing, people was blasting Pop Smoke, Fabio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that was just the sound. And I saw what drill music did for New York. And I was like, okay, I get it now. It made me appreciate it more, because I was like, man, I know what, you know what I'm saying, some of these key artists, these Bay Area artists do for us when we listen to it. That's the same stuff that Pop Smoke and Fabio does for New York. You know what I'm saying? You play that on in any party or any function out there in New York, they going crazy. They going to be getting sturdy and everything. You feel me? So, it made me appreciate that more. Cause I was like, okay, I understand it and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get where it's coming from.
For sure, bro. For sure. And I think it's important just to, like, you know, like I said, we touched a little bit about it, but just all music, man. I think that's what makes it beautiful.
Yeah.
But just to kind of get off that topic a little bit, bro. I know you've been to Ghana, man.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to hear about that, because I think I've seen a lot of people who've gone to the other countries, and it does a lot for them. You know, I heard Nipsey Hussle. I know one of his pivotal moments was when he went to, you know, where his family's from. Yeah. So what did Ghana do for you?
Yeah. Man, first also I want to say shout out Nip, man. He's also a big influence of mine, and definitely played a big part of my career and everything for like how I want to make music and everything. So shout out Nipsey and rest in peace, definitely. But yeah, man, Ghana was life changing, man. I went to Ghana in my it was the summer going into my freshman year of high school and everything. So, man, I went to Ghana. I was part of this spoken word and hip-hop group called Young Gifted and Black, which is where I met some of my best friends, you know what I'm saying, to this day. And we went out to Ghana, and, yeah, man, we just, you know what I'm saying, as soon as we came back, everyone was like, all the Ghanaians was just like, welcome home, you know what I'm saying? That was just the first thing all of them were saying, man. It was just welcome home, like, you're here. And, yeah, man, it was going to... walking into slave dungeons, right, and still smelling like, you know what I'm saying, like the feces, and smelling like you can just smell death. You know what I'm saying, and smell that, like that was had me chills to where like when we walked out, we washed our feet in the ocean. You know what I'm saying, just to
just cleanse
get our cleanse. You know what I'm saying,
sure.
and so going to the last bath, which is where like, you know, the enslaved people had their last bath before they were shipped off to the Americas and anything. So like, and just a couple weeks after we were there, before we were there, I mean, they found like shackles from slaves in the water in there. So they brought that and showed. I was like, wow, and they just found that, you know what I'm saying, from like hella years ago, you know what I'm saying? So like seeing that and just being there, man, it was definitely a life-changing experience, man. Just seeing what you know what I'm saying, what my people had to go through, you know what I'm saying, for me to get here and where I'm at now. And also, man, it was just it was overall just life-changing, man. The food was amazing, man. It's they take better care of themselves out there. You feel me? Like I remember the first time they gave me chicken. I was like, man, why is this chicken so small? I was like, that's because, bro, out here in America, bro, they pump hella shit, you know what I'm saying?
True,
they do a lot of this shit out here to the chicken.
Right.
And it's just more fresh out there, man, and everything, man. So Ghana definitely was life-changing, man. I came back, it was just like a healing experience, man. And also which was a trip for me, which probably was different. My experience was different from a lot of the other people's experience. One of the places we stayed at, my cousin who introduced me to poetry and hip hop, his ashes were burned and thrown in Ghana. I saw the tree. They planted the tree out there for him. I was able to go to that tree and see that tree. You know what I'm saying? So like, that was just another type of connection. Cause like I got a piece of family out here. Man, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm even out here is because of him. You know what I'm saying? So like, that definitely was a surreal moment, you know what I'm saying? Sure. Like I was just like, and it's weird too, cause that's someone I never, or at least for me, I don't necessarily remember meeting, right, or having like a really close connection with. So like when I was out there, I think tears just started falling down. I was like, man, like I don't know why, but I do know why, and like I'm saying, it was just a moment I had to just let sit down and sit in, you know what I'm saying? Cause it was just
Bro, it's funny. You're not even the only one to ever say it on this podcast. They said like people who were in their family, and they never not necessarily had a close connection with, they still feel like that's a certain connection. Yeah, I mean,
especially because like that, me and him were like, or at least to what I know, like one of the only people who had that poetry and hip hop, you know what I'm saying, connection. You know what I'm saying? I see. So also an activist as well, and also very active within the community and everything in Oakland too, and that's something I do as well. So like just having those similarities and stuff, but also someone who I haven't met, definitely felt like some type of connection. You know what I'm saying? Because like I always think about, I was like, man, if he was alive, I already know like we would have been really close, right? You know what I'm saying, and everything. But yeah, man, it was a trip. So Ghana definitely was an experience.
No, for sure, bro. Shout out Ghana, man. I have my close friend Kwaku, man. His family's from there. Good people. Man, it's crazy. I didn't know this. Like, I guess his cousin's name is Kwaku too. So I was like, oh, okay. You know, when he told me that, I was like, oh, is Kwaku like a common name in Ghana? And he's like, bro, it's like, check this out. He's like, if you're born on a Wednesday, your name is Kwaku.
Yeah, my name was out. My name out there was Kwame.
Okay, I think that might be his brother's name, bro. Okay. Honestly,
I forgot.
Good people, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously, and they're really good at soccer too. So
bro. I grew up playing soccer, bro. So I was out there trying to play soccer with them and stuff too. You know. So.
Yeah, bro. And I think that's the beautiful part about. Let's dive deeper, bro. Like these people that that you were able to meet, like what were their daily lives look like? Yeah. Was it them being on the phone, gaming, all that? Like, what were their lives like?
Bro, people was really outside, bro. You know, now we say like we outside. No, they was really outside, bro. They was taking in just, you know what I'm saying, community, you know what I'm saying? They were out there playing with each other, man, whether they playing on the beach, man, people just playing soccer, you know what I'm saying? People building certain stuff, man, you know what I'm saying? Like people were barely on their phones out there. Yeah, people have phones, right? People obviously have phones and everything, but it's more just taking advantage of just life and everything, you know what I'm saying, and what's around us and everything. Also, I want to say, like, a lot of people have this stigma of, like, oh, Africa is like this third world country. They don't have this or that or that. You know what I'm saying? And like that's definitely like not the case. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on my phone, I was playing Subway Surfer. You know what I'm saying? And my little cousin, he would always used to just play Subway Surfer on my phone too. He knew exactly what he was doing. And then while I was out there, it was just this little Ghanaian, like he had to be like 4 or 5, just like my cousin's age, and he was doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying, playing the same. So like I just want to break that type of, that stereotype, you know what I'm saying, because like kids all over the world interested in the same stuff, you feel me, and like but that's
for sure, bro.
Yeah, that's really how.
Yeah, the reason why I asked that is just because like, man, I feel like here, in America, it's like sold as like the American dream, right? Yeah. And I get it, I really do, but at the same time, I don't think the other side is talked about enough of like, hold on, like we have so much that you can almost get lost in it. Yeah. So like stillness, bro, becomes so rare. Yeah. And I think that's something that they have that we don't. Yeah. And it's like it all depends on what you value, right? Yeah. You value just the money and the luxury, you cannot get it from there, maybe. Yeah. But you value commodity, you value like culture, all that stuff, bro. You can have a great fucking time in Ghana. That's kind of what I wanted to like,
bro.
Get into.
Yeah, bro. I had a great time, man. Just taking in culture, right? Taking in the environment, man. Taking in everything, bro. And I love nature too, bro. So like being around nature, bro, and being around that greenery and just beaches, man, and just everything, bro. It's something that like
it's a different vibe,
it's
bro.
A different vibe. Yeah. And definitely something I don't take for advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a blessing, man, being able to be out there, and definitely a place I want to go back to. You know what I'm saying, in the future for sure.
Yeah, and bro, I'm telling you, people tell me all the time, they're like, man, you just need to travel more. Yeah. Just because like, we're in the Bay, and the Bay is irreplaceable. I love the Bay, but it's like every time I do go out, I do see a different perspective, something different. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's also one of the biggest reasons why, like, you know what I'm saying, I left so far. You know what I'm saying? I went to New York. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I was like, man, I had to grow, man. I've like I said, I feel like I did everything I needed to do in the Bay. I feel like obviously we always have more growing, right? And I still grow a lot every time I come back home, come back to the Bay. But it was like, man, it was time for me to see something new. It was time for me to see something else and see where I could grow at in another environment, So New York was a place for me, man. And I grew so much as a person, as an artist, you know what I'm saying? And it also made me appreciate home even more, you know what I'm saying? So like when I came back, it made me appreciate being here, being home, and what that does for me too. You feel me? So, yeah.
No, facts, bro. Facts. Let's talk about that panel you were on, right? Because what was the topic? It was
we was speaking on mental health, resilience, and music, and what that does together. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you get put on that panel?
Yeah, man.
What was like your role?
Yeah. So I was man. So before let's take some like steps back and everything. So I forgot when it was, but I've been diagnosed with generalized.
There's a chair over there. My bad. Hey, bro, everybody say hi to Silly, bro. Silly, yeah, he late to the party. Nah, do you know Silly?
Yeah, I know I'm from Thizzler and everything. What's happening, man?
Okay, for sure. Yeah, we gonna run one after this, but yeah, bro. My bad. What were we talking about?
No, yeah. So, anxiety is something, you know what I'm saying, I've dealt with for a very long time, you know what I'm saying? It's something I'm actually diagnosed with, you know what I'm saying? And so it took me a while to really try to like figure out how to deal with anxiety and really how to cope with that, you know what I'm saying? And one day I just sat down and I just wrote about it, you know what I'm saying? I wrote about what I was going through. I wrote about anxiety and everything. And then I put that out. And then putting that out ended up getting like it was like my most viewed thing at that time, you know what I'm saying? So I started having a lot of people reach out like, man, I know how you feel.
Why do you think that is, bro? Why do you think that was like one of the biggest things that people gravitate?
I feel like it's something that a lot of people deal with, but don't have a platform to share. You know what I'm saying? People sometimes are scared to talk about these certain things, especially as a lot of these people we're men, and we're men of color too, reaching out too. You know what I'm saying? We already have this thing of like, man, we can't talk about mental health, or we can't talk about like certain things. You know what I'm saying? So me being upfront with it, you know what I'm saying, and talking about what I'm going through, I feel that resonates with people because it's something that everyone goes through, you know what I'm saying? It's something that can be tough. But yeah, man, so that's something that made a lot of noise and everything, and then I got reached out to be on this panel because of that, you know what I'm saying? Because they saw that piece and everything, and they're like, yeah, we want you to be on this panel with Common. And when I saw Common, I was like, oh shit, man, that's crazy. Because like I said before, you know, Common was someone that was very influential into me as an artist and to the reason why I wanted to start creating and everything. So once I got, man, when I got there, man, and I was like, obviously I told him, I'm gonna do it. But when I got there, man, being able to tell Common that too, like, man, like, you're one of the reasons why I started doing what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? But also being on the panel and being able to just talk about mental health, you know what I'm saying, in a safe place, being able to talk about mental health and music and how music has played a part with me growing as a person and as a human and everything, and talking about resiliency with that, you know what I'm saying? So being there, I learned to be more open about it, you know what I'm saying? Because again, it's some people are scared to talk about it. But it's something that everyone deals with, and you know what I'm saying, some of your favorite artists, you know what I'm saying, could, when they talk about it and they fans could be like, oh man, I deal with that too, you know what I'm saying? So it makes people feel like they're not alone. You feel me? So that's something I try to do, man, just to show people you're not alone and you're never alone. You know what I'm saying? There's always people who are dealing with similar stuff. You feel me?
And having that, you talked about Logic a little bit earlier, right? And he's someone who's kind of for that too. Yeah. Have you like talked to him a little bit about?
I have, man. I was actually just talking to him before he went on tour. I was texting with him about mental health, man, because I was dealing with some, you know what I'm saying, some mental health shit. And I was just talking to him back and forth about it, man. He was giving me some good insight and everything, and telling me, you know, make sure you. At that time, man, I wasn't doing what I love, which was music. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of stuff that was going on, man, I really took a step back from music, which was tough for me because music is something that I love. You know what I'm saying?
Like an outlet,
it's an outlet, right? So I knew that I was like, man, something wasn't feeling right because music is an outlet for me, and it's something that helps me heal, right? So he was really just like, man, like, don't let this stop you from doing what you love, and don't let this stop you from, you know, making music, because this is the time to really heal and the time to really talk about what you're going through and everything, you know what I'm saying? So that was the first time I really sat down, not really sat down, but talked to him about mental health, you know what I'm saying? Because besides that, we've always talked about music, we talked about how we're doing and shit like that, but like talking about mental health with him was dope, because I know it's something that he also experiences, you know what I'm saying? It's something that he goes through and also talks about within his music.
Right. I brought that up because, you know, one of his most popular songs that he's known for is creating that movement.
Yeah, that 1-800 song.
Right. Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like, how many plays doesn't that song have? And this is what we're talking about, bro. We talking about the things that are not talked about, right? Yeah. But are important.
And it's crazy too, bro, because like that song isn't even like a hip hop song for real, bro. Like, he ain't even really rapping for real, you know what I'm saying? And before then, Logic, he was known for his bars and rapping and shit, you know what I'm saying? And like the song that he's not hella lyrical on is a song that really has his most numbers on, you know what I'm saying? It's also his most impactful, which shows something, you know?
Yeah, for sure, bro. And you know, I just released a podcast with Celie, Stenneman, and Gunna Goes Global. And usually when I watch the podcast, I kind of like sit down and I grab like the best times, bro. And I literally caught myself like writing down the whole podcast, because it's just like nugget by nugget. And one thing that Gunna said, I'm about to release this clip. He said, man, like, you're telling me to go worry about, you know, building a career, go to college, all this, when I'm worried about survival. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of people in their young age, they're in that mindset of like, man, I'm just on survival mode. Like, I got to just figure out how I'm going to eat. I got to figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow, how I'm going to see tomorrow, all that stuff. So it kind of like, you know, holds that. So I feel like if you take care of these things that we're talking about, the reason why we're talking about it is because like, you take care of that, then you can go live your life and be the best version you could be.
Exactly. It's crazy. I was just, you know what I'm saying, talking about this with my pops yesterday, man. Just talking about like, you know what I'm saying? And this is a conversation I had with my girl too, you know what I'm saying? Like, in order for me to be, like, I can't be the best boyfriend to her, you know what I'm saying, if I'm not the best version of myself. And that also goes with music, man. I can't be the best artist, you know what I'm saying, if I'm not the best version of myself for myself, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, man, that's definitely something that's true, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure your mentals is right physically and mentally, you know what I'm saying, to make sure you can do what you got to do, you know what I'm saying, just as a regular human, you feel me?
For sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So as far as your music goes, right now you just dropped that EP, right?
EP,
EP? My bad. I don't know why I was calling it. EP. Tell me about that, bro.
No, I dropped 222 in September.
What does 222 stand for?
Yeah, man. So 222, man. So the first two was being bi-coastal, going back and forth from New York and Oakland, the Bay Area, you know what I'm saying? Because that time it was very pivotal for me at that time, you know what I'm saying? The second one, this was it was my sophomore year, my second year being in New York, you know what I'm saying? And third one, man, is I'm a twin brother too. And,
what? That's crazy. We should have your twin right here.
Yeah,
they probably wanted to tell. Are you guys identical?
Nah, we fraternity.
Okay.
I'm a twin brother, and and two has always been one of my favorite numbers. Is the number that stood out to me. You know what I'm saying? So like when I was putting the project, when I was trying to come up with a name, you know what I'm saying, and think about everything that I was kind of talking about within each record, like it just made sense, like 222, because like on these records, I'm kind of talking about certain stuff that reflects on like my journey of like being in New York now or going back and forth from the Bay to New York and shit. You feel me? So,
what's your favorite record on that EP?
Yeah, man, my favorite record on that EP is probably Time Between, featuring Jwalt Morel. She's from the Bronx, New York, and yeah, man, that's and the reason why, man, that record was just so it just happened organically. You feel me? Like I was leaving a session. It was actually I was leaving a session from The Taken. I was making The Taken, and we didn't finish it. I stopped, and then I seen one of my other partners. I was like, "Yo, what's good, bro? Like, what you doing?" And he was like, "Man, like one of my homies flaked on me, so I just have this session open and like no one's here." And I was like, "You trying to create some shit?" He's like, all right, bet, come on. So and during that time I was dealing with I was in a long distance relationship, and it wasn't really going the best, you know what I'm saying? Like she was home, she was still in the Bay Area, I was in New York, and she saw me living like my life, and she felt stuck, and like it was just hard to really try to find time and everything, and I was just dealing with that, you know what I'm saying? So that was on my mind
for sure.
at that time. And the producer, he was also dealing with a long distance relationship, but his relationship was it was going well, you know what I'm saying? So it was like a flip side. But I was like, man, I was telling him I want to make some neo soul kind of vibey type of shit. So he just started making the beat on the spot. I started writing. And I started telling my story, you know what I'm saying? Talking about how it's been long distance and everything, telling that story. Then after I wrote that shit, I was like, man, I need a singer on this, man. So I hit up my homie, Jwalt Morel, like I said, who's from the Bronx. Beautiful singer, you know what I'm saying, R&B neo soul singer. I had her come on and to hop on it, and she hopped on the chorus, man. It was just it was all just organic, you know what I'm saying? Because again, it wasn't planned. We didn't plan on having this session and like going in to make this record, man. Those are some of my favorite sessions, you know what I'm saying? Just like going from scratch and just like, all right, let's just create and see what happens. So that's why it's my favorite record, Time Between. But yeah, man, I really just love the whole EP in itself, man. From Blessed to Slow It Down, featuring Ian Kelly, also from Oakland. Yeah, man, it's What You Want, WYO, produced by Clado, also from Oakland. So yeah, man, just and overall, man, I feel like that EP definitely showcases myself as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Shows like the versatility that I go on, from like rapping on like a neo soul type of record to rapping more of like a slow, you know what I'm saying, laid back hip hop type of record, to rapping on like a boom bap shit, to rapping on some trap shit, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like shows like who I am as an artist and the versatility with that.
Yeah, for sure, bro. And yeah, man, I think that's the beautiful part. It's like, man, you going through this, and then you gonna translate it into your music. Everybody gonna learn from it, grow from it.
Yeah.
You're not the only one, man. You're not the only one that went through that. So that's the beautiful part about it, bro.
Yeah,
so yeah, anything particularly you're excited about in Europe that you're like, damn, I gotta go hit?
Shit, bro. I keep on hearing about these clubs, bro.
Okay.
I've been hearing these clubs in Berlin. It's crazy.
Man, I heard,
you know
yeah. They different down there.
They different, bro. I'm excited to tap in with that. See what that scene looking like, man. I'm just excited to just meet other creatives out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like tap in with people out there in Berlin. You know what I'm saying? See meet different, like I said, creatives, whether if it's artists, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying. I'm just tap in with the people and see what it is, you know what I'm saying. So that's what I'm looking forward to, man. Just being out there, getting a new look at life, you know what I'm saying? Because like, you know what I'm saying, I've been in the States my whole life, you know what I'm saying? I've never lived somewhere for that long of a time.
You said you're going down there for how many months?
Yeah, until December 20th. So
Okay.
that's like 3.5.
Yeah, that's a good amount of time.
That's a good amount of time though, you feel me? So yeah, I'm excited, man, to continue on, you know what I'm saying, building my empire out there, man, and taking that out there, and yeah, man, just
really going global with it.
Yeah, you feel me? Yes, we got to, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do, man. Take this shit global. So
yeah, man. And like I said, that's just a testament of what you've been doing for a long time, man. You've been doing this for a while. You've been doing this since you were what age did you say like, man, I really take this shit seriously?
I started taking it seriously for real probably like when I was like 13, 14. Okay. It was like when I was like, okay, I could see a career from this.
Yeah. So you're a testament of like, man, you dedicate something for 10 years or less, maybe, you know, let's just say 10 years, man. You never know how far that can get you.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And what would you tell yourself right now? Like if you literally saw the 7-year-old version of yourself, bro, what would you tell him right now?
What would I tell him, man? I'll tell my 7-year-old self, man, probably stay focused, you know what I'm saying? And just continue to, you know what I'm saying, just do what you want. Not do what you want, but I'd say you could do whatever you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Like you could be whoever you want to be, you know what I'm saying? Don't let anyone stop you from your dreams, you know what I'm saying? And that's probably what I would tell him, you know what I'm saying? Just be you and be authentically you, you know what I'm saying? And don't let anyone try to. What
about, bro? What about if you're proud of him, bro? Because you know what I'm saying? Like because I feel like, or the other way around, right? If your 7-year-old version saw, damn, this is Jwalt at 20 years old, bro. It's like, damn, bro, I was able to create that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like my 7-year-old version, 7-year-old me would definitely be proud of me, man.
Yeah.
Cause shit, at 7 years old, I definitely didn't think that this is where I would be. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I would just say, man, I'm definitely proud of you, man. I'm probably be like, you know, I'm keep on being you, keep on doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's man, you could. I would also tell, you know, 7-year-old probably try to tell myself, you know what I'm saying, you can still do whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? And continue on just being you and staying true to yourself. You feel me? And you're going to be all right. You know?
Yep. Hell yeah. So, all right, last thing, bro. We're about to end it. We've done like 45 minutes, but what's like the best advice you got, bro? Out of all these people you met, I want to ask you what's the best and what's the worst. Because I feel like not all advice is good.
Hell no.
And we expect it to be, you know, especially if it comes from people that we care about or people that we look up to. Yeah. But what's the best advice? And then maybe you can talk about the worst.
Yeah, man. The best advice, man. The best advice, man. Shit. Man, probably the best advice I've gotten was from one of my homies who's also from the Bay Area. Shout out to Davy Diggs. He was in Hamilton, you know what I'm saying? He does a show Blind Spotting and everything. But I remember he's also a hip hop artist, but I remember he told me to something that I now tell a lot of people, man, just stay true to yourself, man, and make the music that you want to make. That's just from the jump. Like, don't make music specifically for other people. Don't make music to try to confine to this sound, because if you stay authentic to yourself, other people are going to relate to that, you know what I'm saying? And from there, that's something I've always done, man. I've made music that's going to heal me, that also heals other people, you know what I'm saying? It's just organically and authentically, that's how it happens, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's probably one of the biggest advices I've got, man. And you know what I'm saying, your destiny's already written, you know what I'm saying? And just following that path, you know what I'm saying? And just you know what I'm saying, remembering it was already written, you know what I'm saying? That's something I always say and hold on to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like that faith.
It's that faith, you know what I'm saying? I definitely have a big faith, and try to practice that, you know what I'm saying? But one of the worst advice, man, I'm trying to really think, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. All right, let me tell you one of the worst advice I got, bro. Yeah. For real. So I used to be in this company, man. You know, you always trying to get to the next level, right? You're always trying to keep elevating. And they said, man, work out when you're rich. And I was like, yo, what? At the moment, I was like, oh, that makes sense, man. It'll give me more time. Like those 2 hours I was at the gym, I could have been making the sale. Hell no, dog. I hit fucking 210. Like, I was the biggest I've ever been. I was eating hella shitty. Like, it was just really bad. And it made me realize, like, nah, bro, all advice is good. And it's like, nah, you gotta take care of your body, bro. Your health is your wealth, for real, for real. So,
shit. Yeah, man, what's man, some bad advice, man. Shit. Oh,
Hey.
some bad advice I probably got was probably just like, when someone's like, nah, nah, you good. The worst advice I probably got, man, was probably like when someone like, nah, you too young to do it right now. Do it later. You know what I'm saying? Or like, just wait a couple years because you'll be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? I've always been like, nah, like, I'm gonna do it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need a why do I gotta wait just because I may be young, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are my goals, these are my dreams. I'm gonna do it now. Obviously, you have age restrictions and everything, but that advice wasn't catered towards age restriction. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you could wait to perform there, or do that song, like, you know what I'm saying, or like write this type of record. And I'm like, nah, I'm feeling this now. I'm gonna write it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wait? You know what I'm saying, when you could do it now. So that's
that's real, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I've always been trying to be motivated on, you know what I'm saying? So when I heard that, I was like, man, fuck that. I'm doing it now, man. Like, me working towards my dreams, I should start now. You know what I'm saying? And that's
can't nobody stop you. It's like once you like that third eye opens up, like, nah, this is my dream, and I can, like, ain't nothing stopping you, bro. I don't believe age can stop you. I don't think anything can stop you.
Hell no, bro. It's bro, and that's it shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I was actually talking to Adrian Marcel about this, man. We was in the studio, and we was just talking about, man, like, if these are your dreams, this is your goal, man. Like, you can't let anyone stop you, whether it's family members, your partners, your girl, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like, it's either they gonna understand it, they gonna be with you, or they not. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, all right, bet, I see, but I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna do it regardless. You feel me? So, yeah,
do it regardless, man. Last thing, bro, you want to leave out to the people, bro, before we end this off? Any last words?
Yeah, man, shit, man. I want to say, like I said, man, stay you. You know what I'm saying? Stay authentically you. You feel me? And don't let anyone try to tell you no. You feel me? I say, appreciate you for having me, bro.
Of course,
you
bro.
feel me? I know we was talking about this for a minute, bro. Now we here, bro. You feel me? So.
Now you definitely dropped a lot of value, bro. Because the fact that you're 20 years old, that you're doing it, and I think a lot, like I said, bro, we opened it up with self-confidence. I think you kind of gave people a recipe to it, and if I'm lacking on it, and I listen to you, and I see what you're doing, man, I would take that into consideration.
Nah, that's love, bro. Also, man, for self-confidence, I also say, man, it's in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's you don't gotta go too far to try to find where it's at, man, because you got it, man. You just gotta unlock it. You feel me? Like, definitely just. It's life, man. You go through life, man. You're gonna see it. You feel me? And it's gonna happen. Thanks. So, yeah, man. Also, you know what I'm saying? I say, check out my music. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't yet, Jwalt. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Instagram, official.jwalt. New music coming soon.
My guy's verified now. They finally verified him, man.
They verified
after so long. They should have done it.
You know what I'm saying? Just tap in, man. We're gonna be in Berlin by then when this video come out. You know what I'm saying? But tap in with me, man. Come on.
Yes, sir. Y'all hear it, man. Neighborhood Heroes.
Yeah.